Well, this is Mike, and it's April 11th, 2015, and I thought that I would do a quick video of kind of an update of what's going on in my garden so that we can kind of keep a video journal as we go through the year and see how things are developing. We'll start over on this side of the garden, and these are my 12 blueberry bushes, and they didn't get wiped out by any late frost this year, so as a result, as we zoom in here, looks like we are going to see some fruit on many of these. You can also see that I just put some netting around them to keep the birds off, and we also have our friend the owl up there to help out with that. Had a big problem last year with late frost, and then the cardinals would sit up on this fence over here and just fly and just feast all day long on the baby blueberries. So so this year I'm pretty hopeful that we're gonna get more of a harvest on those. I'm gonna take a second, we're gonna zip over here and look at the blackberries. So we started out with 5 blackberries 2 years ago, and I pulled some of the shoots from that were coming up, or the canes, and planted them in the second bed, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 5 of the 6 that I planted last year are doing okay. Some are actually flowering, and the original ones, they seem to be doing good. Every one of those white flowers is going to be at least one berry, so that's kind of fun. I just put in, kind of halfway through the season, I put in this drip irrigation, and it goes all the way across the yard, up there over by the far side, and I just buried in a new irrigation line from our water main out by the street. Went under the driveway, all the way down along the side of the driveway, and finishes it up right over there behind that blueberry bush where you see that shovel. Still have a little work to finish up there, but that's going to be pretty nice to have our own dedicated water supply. These are my 2 raised beds. They're about 3.5 feet by 30 feet long, and this is my early spring garden. You can see I have in this one 2 rows of noonday onions, same over here, 2 rows of noonday onions, and then I have some white kohlrabi. And if we go down inside the plant, you can kind of see the bulb down there. That's kind of a smaller one. He's not quite ready to harvest yet, but I just pulled about, I think, 8 of those out today. Have a bunch of carrots that I just thinned out today, and it's been a struggle with those. By the way, here's some of my noonday onions. They're starting to bulb up a little bit. It's pretty fun. Here we have some Chinese cabbage. You can see that we have a bunch of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 of those. And they're looking beautiful, though they are starting to bolt a little bit. I'm a little concerned about that. I think it's just about time to get those out. There's some white cabbage. As we go down here, between the cabbage and the onions, I had radishes on either side of the bed, and I just pulled all those out in the last day. I think we probably got 100 radishes all together, so that was fun. I'm a radish guy, but no one else in my house is. Here is some purple kohlrabi, and there's a really good example of the bulb, and that one probably has about another 2 weeks to grow, and then we'll go and pick that. On this side of the bed, we have a whole row here of white cabbage, and these are really exciting because they are starting to actually form the head. Probably still another month until those are ready to harvest. On the back wall, we have our snow peas. They are going crazy. They can see kind of behind. I have a 2-foot tall chicken wire trellis, and many of them are extending already a foot above that trellis and flowering. So it looks like we're going to have lots of snow peas coming up very soon. And then we have some melting peas over here as well. And those didn't take off as well, but there's a lot of flowers, so I'm hopeful there. We have a row of purple cabbage, and from what I understand, it's a little bit slower to head up than the white cabbage, and that rings about true. As I look here, it's just starting to form the head now. And then we have a row of turnips right between. And so that's about it for the raised beds. I'm looking forward to getting this bed on the right here cleaned out pretty quick, because I need to be putting my cantaloupe in there in the next probably 3 weeks, so that we're good to go for for summer. This is my hydroponic setup for tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers. We'll start with the tomatoes. We have a new trellis system this year. It has 2 pipes going across the top instead of just one, and then spools up there with rope that goes down to the plant, and you can see where it actually clips onto the plant, and as the plant grows up we just add more clips until it gets all the way up to the top, and then we can actually let out some of the twine up there. So let's say the plant is 12 feet long. What's going to happen is the plant will come up out of the box and go across and go from this way right across the ground, say 6 feet, and then it's going to go up to the wire like that. So that's how we'd handle a 12-foot tall plant. And last year my vines were all about 18 feet long, just to kind of give you an idea. This year we're probably not going to let them go that long. We will be pulling them out by probably August 1st and having new plants in there. They just get kind of tired and don't produce as well. One exciting thing to note, here we are at April 11th, and we already have some baby tomatoes growing. Unfortunately, this is in the mystery box. In other words, I don't know what kind of tomatoes these are, whether those are going to be cherry tomatoes or whether they're canning tomatoes. I have 16 different varieties across these 16 different boxes, and some of them that I grew I didn't label as well as I should have, and so I don't know what they are. But generally speaking, I have 2 of each variety in each bin, except for that one. So you can see that some of them are doing really well. These are, oh, those are snow cherries, so that'll be a white cherry tomato. Over here we have a Petite Chocolat. It's kind of interesting. It looks like a beefsteak tomato, but it's only about 1.5 inches in diameter. Here's another one that's going really well right now. Let's see what that is. That is San Marzano, which is a really big canning tomato. It's supposed to be spectacular. And how about this? A Reisentraub. That is a very tasty, very high-producing cherry tomato. Let's zip over to this side and take a look at our cucumbers. Last year we had a really rough time with the cucumbers because a windstorm came through and kind of spun them around and damaged them right from the start. But this year they're looking great. You can see that this one already has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 true leaves. So I've let it start budding, and if you look, this one actually has some little baby cucumbers on it. Kind of hard to see there. Camera's not focusing too well in the dark like this. So we have 8 different types of cucumbers. This is the winner right now. He is doing fantastic. And as he goes up, there's just all kinds of activity going on at each juncture. So 8 different types of cucumbers. Some of them are just your standard slicers, and others are kind of exotic cucumbers from Israel or Japanese cucumbers. We have this is a painted serpent, which is supposed to be a long, skinny, curly cucumber. Supposed to be pretty neat. For those of you who didn't watch my video last year, a quick overview. This is my reservoir. It's a 55-gallon drum. Down the bottom of it there, you can see there's a pump, and over here is my timer that tells that pump, and the one for this row, or same setup there. It'll pump for 15 minutes, 7 times a day, and in there is a nutrient solution, which is exactly what the plants need in order to thrive. It's a bunch of, basically it's a soluble fertilizer, and it pumps up into the box and then back down and drains back in here, so it recirculates. And we'll fill this one. Tomatoes really drink a lot, so we'll probably go through 200 to 300 gallons over the course of a summer. So over here we have peppers. We had a little problem with some of our peppers, so I just bought these peppers today at our California Wonders and put those in there. But all the rest that you see here were started from seed. So these don't have the spools up at the top, you'll see. That's because when the peppers or the cucumbers get up to the top, you just cut them off at the top and let them fill out inside. It's especially with the cucumbers. If I like pulled off this leaf right here, it'll grow another one in about 2 to 3 weeks. So let's pop over here quick. This is my nectarine tree. You can see I'm trying to net this as well because those darn squirrels, they just love to get in there and eat those nectarines before they even have a chance. And then later, the birds will eat the fruit. So we're going to zoom in here a little bit. This is one of 3 peach trees we have. You can see that we're actually getting some peaches. I think I did a count on this one, and we have about 40 peaches on this tree. Something about this one over here, I think we only have 20 on the whole tree, unless they're just hiding really well. But, oh, look at that. Maybe there's more than I thought. So on this one branch, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peaches. So that's exciting. And this is our superstar tree over here. It, on many of these branches, like this branch right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on that branch. We have 1, 2, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This tree right here, it's not all that big, you can see. Probably has 70 peaches on it. So, let's see. I'm going to pop over here quick. This is our other hydroponic system that we were going to do lettuce in, but we got a late start, and I just ended up growing it in a flat instead, and got probably 3 pounds of lettuce. So these are probably going to be black-eyed peas or cow peas later this year. I thought I'd jump over. By the way, there's my little greenhouse. Kind of busted up, but got blown over in a windstorm. But it's been the home for many of these plants for much of the last 4 weeks or so. I talked about cantaloupe earlier today, or earlier in this video, and these are the cantaloupe that are getting ready to go. You can see we have about 12 different cantaloupe right there, and then we have 2 rows of, I think these are crooked neck squash. And then we have some other little things started there. I did pick up some straight neck squash and zucchini at Home Depot today for $2 a piece. Pretty hard to beat. And they look healthy, so they'll be going into the raised bed as soon as I find a hole for them. And these are some of those cow peas that I talked about. Got, I think, 6 different varieties, and they are only a week old, so they're at the difficult part in their time, in their life. These are some of my tomatoes that I started from seed that I don't have a home for one reason or another. And these are ones that are also started from seed, a little bit bigger. I'm going to be giving these away to pretty much whoever needs them. And that's about it. So that is State of Mike's Garden as of April 15th, 2015. Thanks.